Hi everyone, I am Dr. Jordan Leasure. I'm the owner and physician of North Shore Proactive Health and Parker Successfully Sleeping. So we are doing our stress relieving boot camp video this evening live from my basement. So if you recall, I did have some technical difficulties this weekend, so please let me know if you're tuning in and watching live. Can you hear me? Are we good to go? Give me a thumbs up. If you're watching the replay, let me know. Oh yes, okay, we are good. So I'm in the basement because obviously I get very excited and a little rowdy sometimes. So we want to make sure, hello everybody, that everybody can hear me. I didn't want to have to be toned down because Parker's in bed. So if this is your first video, let me know what you think. Thank you, Karen. If you have seen other videos, I highly recommend them because they may be more informative. Obviously, I will be much more prepared and not out of bed for half an hour with a toddler. But this is what you get. Desperate times call for desperate measures. So as many of you know, I'm trained in functional medicine through IFM, the Institute for Functional Medicine, and they released some awesome resources in the last couple days. So I wanted to share them with you. Tonight we're going to go over very quickly their 6 strategies to reduce stress, which many are ones that we have gone over, and I hope that you've spent the last couple weeks implementing. As you may have learned in the previous videos, your stress level is going to directly impact your immune function. And I want you to remember that it is not the virus, and again, I refuse to say it in this group, that is the determining factor in whether people are getting sick and how severe their illness is and if they are able to survive this outbreak. The determining factor in those 3 things is the soil that you are allowing that virus to grow in. And that soil, of course, you're looking at it. So that's my purpose in this group. The purpose of this group is to empower you, to give you the tools in order to survive the next couple weeks, literally and figuratively. This is very stressful for those of us that are business owners and for those of us that are in professions that have had to cease function. Don't get me started on Lori getting her hair cut. I could do a whole video on that right now. But, fortunately in Illinois, chiropractors are considered necessary medical personnel. So we are still open. We are still seeing patients. However, obviously, if people are scared to leave their homes or they don't feel that their condition is that emergent that they need to be seen, they are staying at home. So our patient visits are down considerably. We've been fortunate enough to move a lot of people virtually. So we are seeing individuals for rehabilitative exercises. We're doing PT over video, which I never thought I'd be doing. And I've also obviously moved a lot of my functional medicine patients to virtual consults as well. So we're lucky that we're able to keep people healthy over a digital platform. Now on to our strategies to reduce stress. Avoid information overload. This one is fantastic. I myself have tried to limit my Facebook time. I'm very busy, obviously, filling out forms for the SBA and trying to get some allegedly free money, which a lot of my business owner friends are doing as well. But for those of you that aren't, please don't use all of your spare time watching the news, scrolling through Facebook and all of the new, medical experts and political experts and everybody else that's out there that has an opinion on what's going on. It can be so overwhelming. So please, I would set a timer. There are many options on the phone that you have, on your computers, where you can actually give yourself time on each app that you use. So you can put an app on Facebook where you can't use it more than half an hour a day, or you can't use it X number of times. You can't open it. Same goes for Instagram. Same goes for a lot of these other platforms. But if you limit your time, either consciously or unconsciously, then you will definitely not be feeling as stressed. So that is my number 1 recommendation. Set boundaries for yourself and ideally your children and the remainder of your family. Practice gratitude. We've talked about this almost every video. how you do that will vary. For me, I send friends texts and I check on them, especially the individuals that I know that are business owners or in the hospitality industry, or my other friends that are in industries, again, that have been shut down, just to check in and say, how are you? Because I know my mood varies. I ran into a business owner this morning and I said my mood varied by the day, and she was like, well, mine's kind of by the minute. And I said, yeah, you know what, you're probably right. And it's okay not to be okay, and that's what this group is about. But you can write an email, a text, or a letter to someone that's had a positive impact on your life. Obviously, Easter's coming up. It's not too late to send a card. Just say hi. I know, Karen, I don't know if you're still watching. I was literally driving and I saw a girl that if I would have been driving slower, I would have taken her picture, but she reminded me of my friend Karen at like 17. And, that's nice. And I was going to send her a text and I didn't. So Karen, I had a flashback today. But people don't realize the impact that you have on you, that they have on your life unless you tell them. So that's what this life is about. I think the biggest thing that we are struggling with right now is social isolation. And one of the things that I have taught for the last 15 years is the benefit of societal health, the benefit of coming together and having a group and having friends and people that you can rely on. And being isolated like this is going to be hugely detrimental to our health. So please maintain those connections, whether it is via a digital platform or a text message or an email or a letter or a note. Leave a Post-it note. There was another local business owner that I owe another text to that put a little note through my mail slot, and it was awesome. So there's little things you can do. Stick a Post-it note on somebody's door. Social distancing, make sure it's sanitary, whatever, but you get my point. Keep a running list of things that you're grateful for. Again, gratitude journal, keep a pad of paper next to your bed and write down what you're grateful for. You can make it a fun game where everybody in the family writes down every single day what they're grateful for, put it in a fishbowl at the end of this nonsense. You can pull out, see what people did. Do it at the end of the year. It's a big project that I often give patients. There's lots of different ways to express your gratitude. I sent all of my staff, and I actually still owe our intern a gift, so if he's watching or if anybody knows him, don't say anything. But some of us are still there, and I don't know if you lost me or not. And if you see this, I'm using all my fancy glasses for lots of different drinks. This is fresh carrot juice and sparkling water. I don't recommend the combination, but I'm not going to throw it out, so I'm just going with it. I owe my intern a gift. I sent everybody, my staff, a little gift to thank them because it is scary out there. We're going in every day. We're adjusting patients. We're doing what we can. My stress level is obviously exceedingly high because our income is down, and I want to make sure that I can keep everybody on staff and pay our rent and pay our insurance and pay our malpractice and things that don't stop for this. And like a lot of people out there, my student loans, allegedly they're forgiving government student loans. Apparently mine don't qualify, so shit happens. My next tip is to try meditating. And mindfulness does not have to be a big scary thing. It doesn't have to be the big woo-woo that, that a lot of people try to shy away from. All you need to do is be reflective. And there is some great app. It's called the Insight Timer. And there are 5-minute meditations on there. I meditate every evening before bed. And essentially what I do is I calm my mind. Some individuals will find counting is helpful. You can go through different visualization exercises. Think of where you would like to be right now. That's a meditation. So try that and see. There's videos. There's a lot of free resources. And if you're not familiar, just like anything, it comes with practice. So try. I always said I would never meditate. I thought meditating was crazy. I tried it, and for me, I would either, fall asleep or literally sit there and make a shopping list. And it took a while, but now I'm comfortable, and you can practice. Yes, I wish I was in Sanibel. I found my Sanibel bracelet yesterday while I was cleaning. Organizing my jewelry has been another of my to-dos. So, create a homecoming routine. This was a fantastic tip that I had not discussed before. IFM's recommendations for this is make it a habit to wash your hands as soon as you return home. That's the first step. Afterwards, create a comfortable environment in your home that washes away the stress of the day. And I thought this was, hello, Kim. I thought this was a fantastic tip. So for those of you that don't, I'm not a fan of candles. This is their suggestion. Light a candle for the day, do some calming aromatherapy. I'm a big fan of scented oils. We carry Young Living in the office. I think it's amazing. I've done everything these last couple days from one of their goddess blends. I'm trying to call some help. To Thieves, which is antiviral. Lemon, lime, and lavender is a blend that we do in the office quite a bit. It's supposed to be reminiscent of spring. So, and if you're in Chicago, I hope you got out today because it was absolutely incredible. But do that. So that helps me to, wash away the calm. One thing that I do at the office is I actually take my scrubs off at the office and I wash them there. I bring other clothes with me, obviously. But that helps me to not only physically leave, the virus or anything that could be on me at the office, and be clean as I enter my home, but it also allows me to leave my day behind. So if you have that opportunity, that might be something that works for you. Their other tip for creating a good home routine was to make your home lively with music you enjoy and decorate with items that bring you happiness. So one of my best friends owns Joseph's Florist in Libertyville. I don't think that they are currently delivering right now, but once they open, you need to be sending yourself flowers. You need to be sending other people flowers. Pick some up at the store right now. Believe me, it will brighten up your day. When you come downstairs in the morning and there's fresh flowers on the table, it will totally change your mood. You won't feel as isolated as we are right now. Even if you're doing delivery of food items to your home, you can add flowers. So please do that for yourself. It's a couple bucks and it will absolutely change your day. Yes, Jan's been listening to Beach Boys. I've been listening to electronic dance music, doing a little bit of EDM every morning. I try to tone it down in the evenings to help with sleep. We listen to Frank Sinatra over dinner, but when it comes to making breakfast, Parker and I are listening to EDM. And who knows, maybe I'm going to be passing out glow sticks by next week. Things are weird here. Their next tip is to celebrate good habits. So infectious diseases like the flu and COVID-19, I said I wasn't going to say it, are going to persist. Again, what we want to make sure to do is to make sure that we have very good soil so that everything that we have been exposed to, everything that we're going to be exposed to, doesn't stand a chance against the good soil that we've created. When you're able to make positive changes in your daily habits, take a moment to recognize yourself. This is very important. So that's why I keep asking. If you guys have implemented anything I've talked about, anything I've taught, please share it with other people. My girlfriend Erin is in Austria right now. She put a post up earlier today about what she's been experiencing, what she's been doing. Please share with each other because that helps us recognize that we're not in this alone. And the way that you're feeling is not just unique to you. We're all sort of in this muck right now. Whether it's eating a new vegetable every day, adding a vitamin D to your routine, or adopting, new elbow bump greetings or whatever it is. I still see people and want to run up and hug them. So it's very stressful for me. But recognize what you've been doing. Give yourself some props. Post on your page, post on our page. Let me know what you're doing. Let me know that this is making a difference because, I'm doing this to keep myself sane, but I'm also doing it so that hopefully you guys learn something and something I know is beneficial. Exercise. In addition to distracting from your anxiety, exercise also changes your brain function. It can decrease stress. We've talked about that quite extensively. Exercise can increase expression of feel-good neurotransmitters like serotonin, which we can all use right now. Our anxiety levels are up. That's going to decrease our immune system. If we're able to exercise, if we're able to relax, that's going to boost our immune system, which is obviously what we want right now. We want to be sleeping better. We want to be, able to relax. And whether you love to dance, hit a punching bag, walk, swim, juggle, or do yoga, find something that you personally enjoy. I actually have a Peloton bike being delivered tomorrow. Thank you, Jan. So we'll see. What is Katie? Hi, Katie. Gratitude lists, yoga videos, and daily walks, regardless of the weather, are so good. Absolutely. One thing that I've read online multiple times, and we can unfortunately put this to work in Chicagoland, is that there's no bad weather, there's just bad clothes. So bundle up. Today was gorgeous. I don't know how it's supposed to be for the rest of the week, but do what you need to do to get outside. Even if that is literally just to stand on your porch and take 5 deep breaths, I want everybody outside every single day. Another tip to increase your exercise is to make it bite-sized, doing small increments of movement throughout the day tied to your daily routine, such as dancing while boiling water or doing lunges while brushing your teeth. This is fantastic. Balance is something that I ask a lot of my patients to work on. So work on your balance, maybe while you're brushing your teeth, maybe while you're washing dishes. Do squats while you are changing the laundry from the washer to the dryer, things like that. There's lots of opportunity to incorporate movement. Make sure you're moving throughout the day, because I am seeing some of the setups that my patients have at home for their studying, for their working from home, and they are ergonomically not appropriate. They are horrendous. I'm seeing a lot of neck pain, a lot of lower back pain. So please, one of the best things that you can do to counter that is to get up and move. So set a timer if you have to, maybe after every meeting or once an hour. Stand up, stretch, do your YWTLs that we did in one of the other videos. That's fantastic for your upper back and improve your posture. Chrissy, what were you saying? I was just listening to Royal Bliss free concert on Facebook. That's awesome. Exactly. There's lots of free stuff. Music is so powerful. And if you're listening, maybe do a little dance to it. My friend Kim is doing free classes over at Fly Girl Fraternity. So if you're not following them, sign up for that. Even if I'm not working out, I watch them because they're fun. And they put me in a good mood. So don't tell Kim that I'm not working out when I'm saying hi. But it's fantastic. And if you're looking for an incredible free workout, go and check that out. And finally, if possible, work out near nature, whether that's a few trees, a park. Like Katie was saying, go for a walk, get some air. There's some great opportunity here with some of this added time we have. Christy, I feel stuck. Thank God my kid is cool. Exactly. But remember where that kid got that coolness. I think we know the answer to that. And by the way, I need a facial. I need some suggestions on some lotion. Something to improve skin turnover. If anybody's at home maintaining their skin health, that's my program right now, my skin game. So got to get this 40-something skin in check. But that's my suggestions. So those are my 6 tips to help manage stress. Why stress is important in immune function. Get your bite. Yeah, I know. Definitely. In modern life, stress can feel constant and omnipresent. And unfortunately, with what we're experiencing right now, I think that is kind of a 24/7 thing for a lot of us. The human body perceives and responds to stress both psychologically and physiologically. And we discussed that before. Real stress and perceived stress, it has the same impact on our health. So we want to be careful of that. Stressful events can cause emotional feelings of unhappiness or being overwhelmed. Often stress is accompanied by very real physical actions, a rapid heartbeat, sweating, muscle pain, and digestive difficulties. Oh, peel me. Yes. Done. Psychological stress can also dramatically increase inflammation in the body. We talked about that. Increased inflammation is going to decrease your immune response. This is because your body, more specifically your brain, is triggered to produce stress hormones that send signals throughout the nervous system. And those stress signals are what decrease your immune system. So you want to be really careful. When the body's responding to stress, it reallocates energy to fight an imminent danger, like we talked. It's trying to fight off the lion, trying to get you away from the lion. Hello, Heidi. It's about time you're on here. Contribute some Chinese medicine thoughts for us on our stress management tips. And I need some acupuncture. I don't think I still have my tacks. If I had my tacks, I would have Heidi walk us through a self acupuncture treatment. Christy, how do I feel about, I don't even know what fire water is. What is fire water? Hello, Marianne. I bought some very cool things from Trader Joe's. Speaking of fire water, it's a little shot, and it's like an aloe shot with cayenne pepper and lemon and something else. It's similar to that the Ultimate Cleanse, which I did like 20 years ago. That'll put some hair on your chest. It's pretty good. I don't know how many of them you would need. I need Heidi. Yeah, I seriously need Heidi. This occiput is still not moving like it should. This SCM muscle right here is like a rock. Literally, it's like a guitar. You could like play it. It's like a guitar string. So I need some acupuncture. I need a massage. It's fermented drink you make. Interesting. I have no idea. I would like to find out. I would also like a SCOBY. So if anybody watching has a connection to anybody that's currently making kombucha, hook me up. I would like a SCOBY. Oh, that's horrible. Awful. So that's everything. So if everybody wants to chat, obviously I'm available. Let's talk. The remainder of the week, we're going to cover gut health. We're going to talk about digestion, one of my favorite topics. We're also going to talk about, what? Onion, horseradish, garlic, apple cider vinegar, and thyme. That's terrible. That better have me lose like 20 pounds. Heidi, there are a few easy stress points. Yes. Between my eyes. Are there other points? I also need, Heidi does facial acupuncture. I also need some acupuncture to get rid of these lines because I don't want to do Botox. So we could throw some needles in my face. Peppermint tea. That's a good idea. I'll do that. That's another thing. And that's what makes this group so beneficial is that no matter how much you know, when it comes to treating yourself, you're going to fall down on the job. That's why they don't let surgeons operate on family. You're not thinking clearly. So please share what's working for you because I'm sure in this wealth of information that I have, I'm sure that there's a lot that's not getting translated appropriately. So please share what's going on with you. Share what's working. I have some amazing friends, and I know that they're in this group, and they need to be sharing more information. You need an overhaul. Yeah, I need an overhaul, girl. Seriously. Yeah, after this, I need everything. But share the information that you have because we are definitely stronger together. My friend Annette is a chef. So if you're not following her, you need to follow her as well. I think at noon every day she's doing a cooking demo. And I missed today because Parker and I were out gallivanting around town. But she did 2 crock pot meals and they were incredible. So take a look at her site. Passionate Palate, I think is her Facebook. I'll put a link if I haven't already. But she's the chef that did all of the meals at our women's retreat, and it was incredible. We ate vegetarian all weekend, and it was amazing. So look her up if you're looking for new and exciting things to add to the kitchen. Make sure that you've downloaded the free stress relief meal plan that I put up. There's a lot of great resources if you haven't taken time to poke around the boot camp, see what I've got, and share again what's working for you and suggestions that you have. What else? I think that's everything. So we can just hang out and chat. If there's questions people have, I'd love to talk. I was interviewed this morning by a reporter writing a story on a functional medicine approach to improving your focus. And I thought it was very interesting because she wanted to know specific supplements. And while supplements are part of I would say they're part of an integrative approach, it's not necessarily a functional approach. And I say that because I think people think functional medicine and they think alternative medicine, they think acupuncture and chiropractic and massage and vitamins. But really, functional medicine is looking at the root cause of something. Functional medicine isn't treating something by alternative means. So instead of, somebody wants to improve their focus, it doesn't mean taking it doesn't mean taking rhodiola instead of taking Adderall. That's what I would call green medicine. And that's where you replace a pharmaceutical with a nutraceutical or a supplement. Which I would rather see people do, but that's not functional medicine. Functional medicine is looking at the root cause. So if you're having problems with focus, why are you having problems with focus? Are you drinking too much caffeine? Are you not sleeping? Do you have a chronic infection? Do you have a yeast overgrowth? Do you have dysbiosis in your gut and you're not producing the right balance of neurotransmitters? That's more of a functional approach. So if you have questions and that sounds good to you, or if you can relate to that, I'm going to put a link in our group to fill out a complimentary functional medicine assessment. It's a handful of questions, and it'll give you an idea of where you should look. What system in your body needs a little bit more love. And that might be a nice way to dip your toe into some functional medicine. We're doing some decreased visits on sale, I guess. Shortened visits so that people can be introduced to functional medicine because the commitment is pretty extensive, both in time and finances. And we recognize that people don't necessarily have that right now, but they do want to work on themselves. That's what we're seeing coming out of this. So if we can be of help with that, that might be a great option for some people. So yes, let me know how I can help. What would be good for you, what's missing in your routine. If it's a stretching video, I've been thinking about doing some of those on the North Shore Proactive Health site. If it is functional medicine, so a functional approach to stress management, the problem is that it's a big topic and it's different for everybody else. So it's hard to do it in just 20 or 30 minutes, like some of these little nuggets. I am going to give a few more resources that Institute for Functional Medicine has provided to us. So everyone that orders from Salutogenic Life from now until when this is done is going to receive the recommended dosages from IFM for all of the supplements that they're recommending right now. So some interventions that they have listed, quercetin, curcumin, of course, I'm a big fan of turmeric, EGCG, N-acetylcysteine, you've heard me say that 100 times, and they're coming out now with some really great recommended dosages. Resveratrol, that does not mean that you should be drinking more red wine. Vitamin D, I've been saying this a million times. Melatonin, which we know is great for sleep. It has also been shown, there's some research that shows that it is beneficial in modulating some inflammatory responses. Vitamin A, that's why I'm drinking this, even though it's horrible. Ugh. Elderberry. Elderberry is great. I've had some people ask me if I'm going to make elderberry again. And honestly, I just haven't had the time. I'm trying to keep Parker's brain from turning into pudding. And when I make elderberry, it literally takes all day. So if I can figure out how to get it done, I'll get it done and I'll let everybody know. PEA, vitamin C recommendations. And to give you an idea on dosages here, on vitamin C, the Institute for Functional Medicine is recommending 1 to 3 grams of vitamin C. And its mechanism of action against COVID-19 is that it favorably modulates cellular defense and repair mechanisms. It favorably modulates virally induced pathological cellular processes. So essentially it shuts the virus down. It shuts down its mechanism of action. It doesn't allow it to function. And vitamin C, I've been making this recommendation. So you're taking 1 to 3 grams a few times a day. And I'm taking 1,000 milligrams 3 times a day. Also making sure that you're doing your probiotics. Your gut health is going to be huge on this. What is Heidi saying? Can you speak to elderberry and colostrum? I've heard they need to be taken together to really work. Is that a myth? That I've never heard that. That's amazing. I'm going to research that. There have been studies back and forth during all this viral business on elderberry. Should you do it? Should you not do it? Because elderberry is a very powerful herb. And it is great for boosting the immune system. Some of what I've seen as far as how this virus works is that it, the reason you want to be careful with elderberry is that it upregulates some of how the virus attacks, because elderberry does upregulate the immune system. But that is still unknown at this time. So the recommendation is to be doing elderberry now as a preventative, and to not do it should you become symptomatic or should you be diagnosed with this, to lay off your elderberry. That's what I'm seeing primarily. Colostrum is amazing, and if you are not aware of the benefits of colostrum, it is, I call it spackle for the gut. So colostrum is pre-breast milk, for those of you that have had kids or know of this. Obviously, when it's taken as a supplement, it is bovine colostrum. It's not human colostrum. I get that question quite frequently. And it's full of immunoglobulins. So it is terrific, again, for modulating the immune system. It is taken on an empty stomach if you're trying to help heal the gut and create that spackle-like process. And what it does is it allows the gut to heal. Zinc is fantastic for gut healing as well. Glutamine is great for gut healing. And you could do it in whey protein powder. So that's an easy way to get your glutamine. But colostrum is terrific. You can also take colostrum with food or in a protein shake, and under those circumstances, it will boost growth factor. So if you have a kid that's trying to gain weight, if you yourself are trying to gain healthy weight, hello, Jeffrey, there's another expert in the field. If you're trying to gain healthy weight, doing colostrum with food or in a protein shake is a great way to go about that. Don't have your kids, or if you're an athlete, think that you need to be doing, carbs on carbs on carbs, because essentially what that turns into in your system is sugar. So if you're trying to get healthy weight, doing colostrum with food or, again, with a protein shake is definitely the way to go. That was a fantastic question. You learn something every day. Okay, so let me know if there's any other questions, anything else I can answer. Jan is mainlining vitamin C. I don't think you are, honestly. I don't think you're taking enough. If you're taking salutogenic vitamin C, you should be taking 3 of them 3 times a day. That would be 1,000 milligrams 3 times a day. That's the minimum dosage. Doing NAC with that, doing zinc with that. And again, if you're taking zinc, please take your zinc with food, because it will give you an upset stomach otherwise. And that goes for all types of zinc. What else? Some of the turmeric recommendations. And you want to make sure that if you're taking these supplements, you're taking a high quality supplement. If you're buying them from a big box store and you're buying a year's supply of toilet paper and a year's supply of your vitamins for like $19.99, you might as well just toss them in the toilet with the toilet paper, because it's not worth, the quality of the plastic that it's stored in is probably better than the quality of the vitamin on the inside. So be careful where you're buying your products from, especially when you're trying to take them to boost your immune system. So you want to really watch, because these are serious times. So you want to be aware of what you're taking, how much you're taking, the quality of what you're taking. The turmeric recommendations were 500 to 1,000 milligrams twice a day of absorption enhanced turmeric. So I often get the question, can you just cook with turmeric? And cooking with turmeric is fantastic, but it is not as bioavailable as a supplement, and you need to be cooking a lot. You need to be cooking quite a bit in order to get the amount of turmeric that you would need, especially in these circumstances. NAC was another great one, and it's 600 to 900 milligrams twice a day. And this is a hypothetical benefit, but it repletes glutathione and cysteine, so that's why it helps in the situation we're in right now in order to fight against a viral load. But I think NAC is fantastic. I recommend it every winter, anytime anyone has any sort of sinus or upper respiratory issue. NAC thins mucus, so it's terrific. NAC promotes glutathione production, which again is going to be your number one detoxifier. It's been shown to be protective in rodents infected with influenza. In a little noticed 6-month controlled clinical study enrolling 262 primarily elderly subjects, and I'm not sure what's considered elderly, those receiving 600 milligrams of NAC twice daily as opposed to those receiving a placebo experienced significantly fewer influenza-like episodes and days of bed confinement, which are huge. So again, NAC is terrific. I think anybody with upper respiratory issues, anybody with seasonal allergies should be taking NAC. You're a little late in your comeback, Janet. What else can we discuss? Vitamin D. Okay, so vitamin D is a hormone, as we all know. It's an immune system modulator that reduces the expression of inflammatory cytokines and increases macrophage function. So your macrophages, say that 5 times fast, are in charge of cleaning up debris. So any damaged cells, they're like Pac-Man. So they get in there and they eat up all the junk. Vitamin D also stimulates the expression of potent antimicrobial peptides, which is very important. They exist in neutrophils, monocytes, so your white blood cells. But the Institute for Functional Medicine's recommendation on vitamin D is 5,000 milligrams every single day. And if you're doing the salutogenic life vitamin D, it's vitamin D with K, which helps with absorption, and that's going to be 5,000 milligrams is 5 drops. So it's very easy. We always recommend a liquid because digestion of that starts in the mouth. So you make sure that you're getting, you're absorbing as much as possible. It's as bioavailable as it can be. And I give this to Parker every morning. He's great with taking his vitamins. This is beneficial. They've shown that it reduces the progression from colonization to illness. So if you are exposed to a virus, it helps it from progressing to an illness. It also reduces the severity and duration of acute symptoms and complications. So this is huge. I've seen studies that the African American population is actually succumbing to this virus at much higher rates. And they are attributing that in the functional medicine community to them being deficient in vitamin D. Obviously, if your skin is darker, you are more protected from the sun, but you're also absorbing less vitamin D. So one of the main things that you can do for you and your family, keep everybody as safe as possible, is to increase your vitamin D levels. And my personal recommendation is to take a look at your blood work. Do not just go off of your doctor's recommendation, because I have heard of patients where their vitamin D levels are like 30 to 50, and their physicians tell them that that's fine, and it's absolutely not. In my patients, I like to see their vitamin D levels up around 80. So especially in this circumstance where your vitamin levels could determine your severity and duration of something as severe as this current virus, you don't want to take any chances. So you want to make sure that your vitamin D is as high as possible. So I think we've been chatting for about half an hour. So if there are no further questions, I'll let everybody go and rest or do your gratitude journal. Do your breathing exercises. Make sure you're doing your diaphragmatic breathing. You're breathing into your belly. And have a wonderful night's sleep. Again, we're going to talk the remainder of the week. We're going to talk about gut health. We're going to talk about detoxing. And if there's any questions or topics that you suggest that you want to hear about, send me a private message and we'll talk, or suggest something like Heidi did. Maybe we'll do a talk on elderberry and colostrum, because I have no idea about any kind of synergistic activities between those. So I'm going to do a little bit of research here right now. But I love you all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tolerating my my sleep face. I'm sure that I don't look very professional and very authentic this evening, but you do what you got to do. So, love you all. See you tomorrow. Mwah. Have a great night. Bye-bye.